The security cameras in the 43rd floor boardroom captured something that would later become a lesson taught in business schools, leadership seminars, and family gatherings across the country. At exactly 9:07 in the morning, a single father carrying a worn leather folder was escorted out of one of the most powerful boardrooms in the city. At exactly 10 o'clock in the morning, 53 minutes later, the CEO who had ordered him removed watched a $500 million deal disappear from her hands. And neither of them would ever forget what happened that day. Before we begin, if you believe kindness matters more than status, if you believe people deserve second chances, and if you enjoy emotional stories that leave a lasting impact, please take a moment to like this video, comment below, share it with someone who needs inspiration today, and subscribe to the channel. Also, tell us where you're watching from. We love seeing our community come together from all around the world. The city skyline shimmered behind walls of glass as morning sunlight poured into the headquarters of Harrington Global Technologies. The company had become one of the fastest-growing corporations in America, valued in the billions and admired by investors around the world. At the center of it all stood Victoria Harrington. At 42 years old, Victoria was known for her intelligence, discipline, and relentless pursuit of success. Business magazines called her unstoppable. Financial networks referred to her as the queen of corporate turnarounds. Employees admired her results but feared her standards. She had spent 2 decades building an empire. Every minute of her day was scheduled. Every meeting had a purpose. Every person in her life fit neatly into her plans. Or so she believed. That morning was supposed to be one of the biggest moments in company history. A partnership worth $500 million was expected to be finalized. Investors were excited. Analysts predicted enormous growth. The board had gathered early, and anticipation filled the room. Victoria entered the boardroom wearing a tailored navy suit and carrying the confidence of someone accustomed to winning. The executives rose as she walked in. Everything appeared perfect, until a delay changed everything. Across the city, 38-year-old Ethan Walker was having the worst morning of his life. Ethan wasn't a billionaire. He wasn't famous. He wasn't powerful. He was simply a father. 6 years earlier, he had lost his wife, Rebecca, to an aggressive illness that stole her from their family far too soon. Since then, Ethan had dedicated every waking moment to raising their daughter, Lily. Lily was 10 years old. She loved drawing butterflies. She collected smooth stones from parks. And she believed her father could fix anything. Ethan worked tirelessly balancing parenthood and career. Sleep had become a luxury. Free time barely existed. Yet he never complained. Every sacrifice felt worth it when he saw Lily smile. That morning, however, life had other plans. Just before leaving for one of the most important meetings of his career, Lily had experienced a severe asthma episode. The panic in her eyes had shaken him. The fear of losing another person he loved had nearly broken him. He rushed her to the doctor. He stayed until she stabilized. Then he drove across the city as quickly as possible. His suit was wrinkled. His tie sat unevenly around his collar. Exhaustion covered his face, but he still believed he could make the meeting. What Ethan didn't know was that appearances often matter too much in rooms where they shouldn't matter at all. At 9:05 a.m., he arrived at Harrington Global headquarters. The receptionist immediately noticed his appearance. Several executives walking through the lobby glanced at him before looking away. Nobody saw the father who had spent the morning protecting his child. They only saw a tired man who didn't fit their expectations. When Ethan finally entered the boardroom, the atmosphere changed. Victoria looked up from her presentation. For a moment, silence filled the room. The CEO's expression hardened. She had spent months preparing for this day. She viewed Ethan's late arrival as disrespectful. She viewed his appearance as unprofessional. She viewed him as a problem. Without asking what had happened. Without understanding where he had come from. Without knowing anything about his life. The decision was made. Within minutes, Ethan found himself being escorted